You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, yeah.
I simply love you. I love you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Staynlove Motivations. I'm Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and your life coach motivator. Welcome to this week's post. This week, we're talking about knowing that you are loved and knowing that you matter. Last week, we talked about, knowing and believing that you are worthy. And you have to believe that you are worthy in order to receive all the wonderful things that you desire. However, there's a catch to all of that, I want to say, because you can know and believe that you're worthy, that you deserve it. However, if you don't love yourself, then I honestly believe that it repels everything that you want to come into your life. Or, even worse, you attract all of the things to even amplify that feeling of being unloved. You attract people who don't love you because you don't love yourself. You attract people who lie to you because you're lying to yourself. Because you're saying that you love yourself when in actuality you don't. So all of these inconsistencies come into your life because of the fact that you don't love yourself. And I spent a lot of time thinking about this because I had to go all the way back to childhood, because I think that's where it starts in your formative years. Everything is vitally important, parents who are listening to me, that if you have children, that you really make it an utmost priority, that moment when your child was born, that feeling you got as receiving a gift, that feeling you had, to try to stay in that space, because your children are vitally sensitive and they pick up on all of these energies that are coming around them. And they know how you feel about them. If you feel that your child is a nuisance, that it's a burden, we feel that. And it stays with us throughout the entirety of our life, to the point so much so that nothing really lasting ever stays in our lives, because we don't feel that we deserve it. We feel as if we're a burden. We feel as if we're not accepted. We feel as if we don't matter, right? So it's vitally important that if you don't love your children, and if you say you do, yet you deep down you don't, then I would suggest you give them up for adoption. You give them away. Although I think that honestly believe that this is like the last resort, because I honestly believe your children choose you. So, teach his own. However, if you don't love your children and you don't express that love to your children, that genuine, sincere, unconditional love to your children, then I suggest you pick up a book or watch a video or listen to a CD or MP3 or some type of something to change your way of thinking and learn how to love people, especially your children, because they're so sensitive and they pick up on all of these energies. That's why they lean towards certain people. And you wonder why does she like her so much? It's the energy. It's the genuine, and children are drawn towards whatever type of energy they are. So if they are these lighthearted, just wonderful little beings floating around and being here full of love and unconditional love, they're going to be drawn to those type of people. And if you see them expressing, if you see a different side of them when they're around that type of person, don't become envious or jealous. Tap into it and ask the person, well, what is it? So that you can begin to amplify that type of energy so that your children would have that as well. Now, I kind of deviated off the path here, but I wanted to really focus on that because it's vitally important that you start early. Because as a child, I didn't feel, how did I feel? I know that I was cared for, put it that way. I know that I was cared for because I was cared for. I don't remember, no, I don't remember feeling loved. I just don't. And I know that my family did the best of what they, they did the best that they could, and I'm not faulting anyone or anything like that, but it's vitally important that you work on learning how to love yourself, because if you don't, then you won't get it anywhere else. It has to come from inside of you. And I had to really learn that, because I so many years I was like, well, why, why? But in actuality, it starts with you. You have to really know that you are loved and that you matter, and that there's a reason why you're here. It may not make sense to everyone else. It may not even make sense to you, but there's a reason why you're here. And throughout the entirety of your life, there's a reason that only you can be. You have to play this part. So it's vitally important not to know and believe that you are loved and that you matter. And that if you don't feel that, don't try to get it from everyone else. It's inside of you. Because again, we arrive here fully equipped with everything that we need. Everything. Really, everything. And if you don't believe that, then you'll always think that you're missing something. You always think that someone else has something that you need. No, you have everything that you need, right? Everything. And you are exactly the way you're supposed to be. And you have to really hold on to that, because, the world is an interesting place. This one, it's a very interesting place. And it may not, fall in line or in suit with what you imagine the world to be. However, you have to learn to play your part. You have to learn to accept and believe that everything that you need, you have. That you matter. That you are loved. Start loving yourself. How do you do that? Well, the same way you express love to someone that you really, really, really love unconditionally, treat yourself the way you treat that person. Take yourself out to dinner. Stay home. Have a date night with yourself. Enjoy yourself. And learn to appreciate the time with yourself, because you're your own best friend. So the more you begin to realize that, the more you begin to be an expression, a true, authentic expression of who you are, and then you will attract those types of personalities into your life. I spent so many years chasing, wanting people to love me. And it doesn't work. Let's put it that way. It does not work. You have to love yourself, because the long and short of it is, it's only going to be you. And you have to come to that realization that you arrived here, unless you have a twin. Yeah, that you arrived here and you will exit here alone. So come to terms with the fact that it's only you. And I think when you do that, you kind of just free up the space to attract and bring in more It's not that, it's a lonely place, but, if it's just you and you are happy with that and you are grateful for your existence and everything that you have, then you open up this gateway to receive all of the love that's designed for you to receive. So make it a point to remember that you are loved and that you matter, and that the part that you are playing in this lifetime is vitally important for you to be as authentic, as confident, as loving as you can be, because I honestly believe that we move on. We move on to, they say she's gone to a better place. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that we move on to a better place, a better time, and a better version of who we are. So make it vitally important that this lifetime that you really work on improving yourself, because what you're striving towards is getting to that better place. So hold on to that, my loves. Know that the reason why you're here, the purpose and the reason why you're here is to really learn to be as much love as you possibly can, so that when you move on to a better place where you are a better version and all of the better things are waiting for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's post. It was a little deep. It was a little, I wanted to be a little more transparent with myself, because I wanted to share that with you guys, because you are loved and you mattered is the slogan for Staynlove. And I wanted you guys to really understand that this season is a season of disclosure and transparency, and it's a little bit more deep and real, because I'm going to be sharing with you all of my thoughts and feelings, because this is my legacy. So I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this week's post. Next week, I actually was working on it. Next week, we are going to be talking about just a step away. You're just one step away from entering into the next chapter of your life, where you're going to walk into the next scene of your life, where everything that you've been desiring is waiting for you. It's all under development, and it's waiting for you. And you're just a step away. So tune in next week, because I think maybe that's probably going to be the final episode for season 3. I'm still up in the air about it, but I really think that that's going to be the final one. It's going to be a little bit longer, and we're going to really go in depth into explaining a lot of the things, and we're going to be summing up all of the episodes for this season. So tune in next week for the final episode of season 3, Just a Step Away. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. And remember, stay in love.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side.